biggest take from the outside card is these new battle rap niggas from final exams are nothing to be fucked with. Let's just start it off by saying that these new niggas that P and them scouted, I don't know where they scouted Hanzu from, Eaze, um, Footz, a Flair Soul, Klutz, Authentic. These niggas is dangerous. So let me just say this. I'll battle all six of them too. I mean, I'll go on the tour. I'll battle all six of them too. Them niggas is tough. Battle of the weekend and already one of the battle of the year contentions is Footz versus Jerry Wess. This battle was crazy. I hosted it. I was front and center. Footz and Jerry Wess was a movie. Tell you this right now. This wasn't battle of the night. This was battle of the weekend. Battle of the weekend. And right now in April, this is contention for battle of the year. This battle was insane. So you know what I mean? Jerry Wess goes first. He comes out the gate. He's on his bullshit. You know what I mean? Wilding, doing performance, doing all type of, you know what I mean? Doing Jerry Wess, but he's going back to back. Like he's part of EFB. He's living up to that name every two bars. To the point where I'm like, yo, they got Jerry Wess fucked up. This nigga Footz might be in a world of trouble. Footz starts the round off while composed, and I always say this. You know what I mean? Because everybody was asking me like, yo, DNA, when Casey was going off in the first, we knew your round was so crazy because you was so, you know what I mean, comfortable. Like, you ain't look worried at all. So when I'm seeing Footz not be worried, I'm like, okay, this nigga must have something because this ain't an okay, cool round from Jerry. This is like vintage Jerry Wess. Like, this probably was Jerry West's best performance on URL. You know what I mean? This is probably just Jerry's best performance on URL. So when Footz goes, Footz comes back and goes crazy. Footz comes back and goes crazy. Crazy. So in the building, I edge Footz. They both had crazy rounds, but Footz went second and his round was just crazy. So I edge Footz. Jerry comes back in the second and loses his mind. Comes back in the second and loses his mind. The Footz flips he had was retarded. Nigga said a line about the EMT getting fired on his day off. Jerry's second was the round of the battle. Jerry's second was electric from the time he started into the time he finished. Now, man, from the time Jerry Wess started to the time he finished, it was electric. Foot's second was good. He tried to rebuttal. It didn't work. His second was still good. But right now, we all saying it's 1-1. We all saying it's 1-1. Jerry's third. He did not let his foot off the gas. He goes crazy again. Foot's third. Foot's third was fire, but it was long and it was moments that it was like you should have chopped it and it would have been closer. Because he had a lot of parts where it was just like and then you know what I mean? So I edged it to Jerry, but it could go either way. It was just a great battle. Let me just say that. It was a great battle on both sides. I edged Jerry 2-1. You know what I mean? But this Jerry Wess is dangerous. This Jerry Wess is scary. And for the people in here that's asking about me and Jerry Wess got something planned. Stay tuned. Me and Jerry Wess got something planned. Stay tuned. Flair Soule and Rum Nitty. My oh my. Flair Soule and Rum Nitty. This is another fire battle right here. Yo, listen, man. I tell y'all this all the time. When y'all put anybody's back against the wall, if they have any type of self-awareness and any type of understanding the situation, then they will excel and exceed your expectations every time because nobody likes being put in that position. Pause. And when everybody was counting Flair Soule out so much, it took that man to another place. So Flair Soule goes first. His first round is good. But exactly what everybody thought was going to happen happens in the first round. Flair Soule was good. Rum Nitty was just another level. He was just another level higher. Rum Nitty gets the first kind of cleared. Second round, Flair Soule makes a movie. This is like, what the fuck is going on right now? How is this nigga that good this early in his career? This nigga is hitting pockets, punching, scheming, breakdowns, talking crazy. Like he's confident. Like it looked like that first round did nothing to him. Rum Nitty's second round was good, but it's 1-1. It's 1-1 going into the third. It's not 2-0. It's not. We're not. When this drops, we're not debating the second or the first. The first goes to Rum Nitty. The second goes to Soule. We have a battle. Now, I mean, this is a battle. Third round, Soule does not take his foot off the gas, goes crazy. Rum's third was good, but it was short. I'm just a fan. I'm going to call it what it is. I give predictions. I said I didn't know how Soule was going to get out of this battle alive. But I'm going to be the real person that I am and come back and spin the block in the building. I had Soule 2-1, second and third. In the building, I had Soule 2-1, second and third. Third round, it will be debated because I know how battle rap goes, but I feel like Soule did a little more. Great battle, though. You know what I mean? Nonetheless, great battle. Rum Nitty popped outside, took on a newcomer that's dangerous like that. But listen, we supposed to take them for double impact. Me and John, I said, after what I seen Footz did and Soule, I'm glad I came out here this weekend. You know, when you leave the house and you ain't battling, you know, the first thing family asks you is, are you going out there? You not, you know what I mean? I always hustle or whatever. Sell my merch or, you know, do what I do in terms of that. But, like, you know, people ask if you're not on the card, what you out here for? For that, nigga. To study. To see that. To be a nigga that's a witness of that instead of being a nigga that's in front of that. That's why I'm out here. You know what I mean? So when people always inquiring minds want to know why do battle rappers pull up to events that they not on, because you got to be a student of the game. I'd rather watch that happen with somebody else than be the person that's standing there dealing with that. Because that's all I need to see. Once I see you be put under pressure and you don't fold, I know the knots that I got to go to now. That's why when they say DNA, you don't lose that much, because I'm realistic. I say, okay, if I came in this battle tonight seeing him like that and I thought he can only do that, I might have lost. The only difference is why you don't see me lose like that is because I always get my studying in before it's time to get in front of that. So I know what I'm standing in front of. And that shit that I seen them niggas put on this weekend, that shit was dangerous. That shit was dangerous. I looked at John and said, as soon as we get that deposit, I will be in Atlanta, my good brother. I'm on the first thing smoking. It's time to work. These niggas are not to be fucked with. At all. At all. Shout out to Soule. Shout out to Footz. Dangerous. I mean, not nothing I can't deal with, but dangerous. But T-Top and Truthful. I don't know what got into T-Top in this battle, man. I don't know what got into T-Top this battle, man. Like, this was vintage T-Top, man. First 2 rounds, nothing to debate. Shout out to my guy, Truthful. That's my guy. You know what I mean? He did the wrestling podcast. Rain new album just dropped. Titles of Nobility. Go stream that on all platforms. Him and Truthful got a song on there called Quentin Tarantino. It is a movie. Shout out to Truthful. His music is dope. One of my new favorite battle rappers. But T-Top was just on bullshit the first 2 rounds. T-Top was just on some bullshit these first 2 rounds. And there was nothing you could do with him. Like jokes, schemes, punchlines, charisma, stage presence, angles, whatever you want to think is there. I'm telling y'all the truth. And I'm not saying that because me and T-Top is brothers. T-Top was on one. Watch the battle. Every battle that I'm talking about, when it dropped on the app, come back and tell me if I where I lied at. Come back and tell me where I lied at, because I'm keeping it a beansky. T-Top was on one in the first 2 rounds. T-Top first 2 rounds clear. Third round, T-Top's third was short. Truthful was on one. That was Truthful's best round. I give Truthful the third. T-Top 2-1 clear though. T-Top 2-1 clear. I did not get a chance to see Chef Trez and Twerk. I did not get a chance to see Swamp and Stumbles or JC and Klutz. I did not get a chance to see those. So I can't give y'all recaps on that. I've heard different things with all of these battles except for Swamp and Stumbles. I heard Swamp clearly won that. With Mike P and Chaos, I heard different people tell me that each of them won. With Chef Trez and Twerk, I heard different people tell me that they won. So I don't know. And with JC and Klutz, I heard different people say that. But I heard more say Klutz won than JC. Gotta watch those. Prep and Eaze. Prep first round, fire. Fire. But Eaze, this nigga Eaze, man. This nigga Eaze is going to be a problem, man. This nigga understands the assignment. He's self-aware. He understands how to read the room. And he got great vocal projection. And he knows how to, you know what I mean, put that shit together. Shout out to Eaze. You know what I mean? Eaze first round, crazy. Eaze up 1-0. Second round, Prep goes up a different notch. I got it being 1-1. Third round, Eaze finishes, closes off super strong. I got this battle being 2-1 in the favor of Eaze. You know what I mean? 2-1 in the favor of Eaze. I got Eaze taking this battle. You know what I mean? Shout out to Prep, but I had Eaze 2-1. Let's double back to day one. Ace Amin versus Arsenal. Crazy, 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 crazy battle. Ace Amin flow pocket is one of the most dangerous things that he has in his arsenal. No pun intended. His flow pocket and the way he's able to play on words is insane. You know what I mean? So Ace Amin comes out the gate swinging crazy. Arsenal's first round is fire, but he stumbles a little bit, not to the point where you could call it a choke, but to a point where you like, I know he's trying to remember, and it kind of threw off the energy. So I had Ace in round one. Round two, Ace is kind of looking dark for us. Ace is going crazy again. You know what I mean? He got the line about Casey with you know what I mean? And didn't he pull out his phone case and still couldn't get out of the box? Retarded. Arsenal starts his second. He's heating up. And then Arsenal has line of the battle for me. He said Twerk on drugs because of the accident. Jack on drugs trying to get better. And Ace Amin, you kicked out Youssef when drugs was the only thing keeping y'all together. Insane. So now everybody in the building is saying 1-1. That line was insane. 1-1 in the building. Third round, they both went off. To me, it's debatable. It could go either way. I heard some people say Oz. I heard some people say Ace. You know what I mean? So we got to double back and watch that. Old Red and Fonz. You know what I mean? This battle did not get the credit it deserved because everybody was trying to watch the fight and they did not know Smack was going to put the fight on the big screen. So everybody that's in this venue is not listening to nothing Old Red or Fonz is saying, really, because they want to see who's going to win between Tink and Garcia. So this whole time, you know what I mean? I don't think this battle got the love it did because they was both spitting and going off. But from my analysis, I had Old Red round 1 and I had Fonz 2 and 3. And I wish this battle would have got pushed to day 2 so it could have got more love that it deserved. Because it was a fire battle. They was going off. But I had Old Red round 1. I had Fonz round 2 and 3. Decent battle. Bill Collector and She, dope battle. I seen better from both of them. But I had She clearly winning this. They both went off. But I had She clearly winning this. Snake Eyes and Kofi. So I said this before. I'm going to say this again. Kofi won this battle clearly. Shout out to my guy Snake Eyes, one of the greatest promoters in battle rap, one of the greatest people marketing. I think he has everything it takes to be a star in battle rap. Snake Eyes, in my opinion, has to learn how to trim the fat because he'll say something that is fire and then he'll turn around and say something that's mid, but I don't think it's because he's not good enough to keep saying fire. I think he's not depicting his lines enough to know, okay, this is something that I should keep. This is something I should take. I think he just writes once he gets told he got to battle, and then he's just ready to battle. When you got to go back and assess the lines and say, I could tighten this up, I could add this, I could add that, I could add this, I could add that. So I feel like that's what he needs to do to have a, you know what I mean, more successful showings. Because he had a crazy line where he was like, yeah, so like I was saying, I said he had a crazy line where he was like, you know what I mean, this is my first time on it's my first sip of coffee with no caffeine involved. And I'm like, yo, if you could come up with lines like that, then I know your thought process is there. You know what I mean? For you to actually get crazy, it's just the simple fact of, you know what I mean, you got to continue to do that. You got to be able to, you know what I mean, go to the lines that don't have that thought process in there, add stuff to them, revamp them, and continue to, you know what I mean, really be able to, you know what I mean, get in your bag and you know what I mean, create a whole round full of that. So he had some moments, but I had Kofi clearly winning that. Um, Battle of the Night Day 1 was definitely authentic and Jackboy. Battle of the Night Day 1 was definitely authentic and Jackboy. Jackboy's first round was crazy. He had a line about all brothers and all mothers. And I mean, he was doing the all flips because it's authentic. And then authentic had that same look that Footz had when Jerry West was going off. And I'm like, why is this nigga so composed? And then when it's authentics go, he goes ballistic. I mean, he loses his mind. He goes ballistic. He is on one the whole round. So I gave the first round of authentic. And what's crazy is Jackboy was mad that they were showing authentic that type of love. So he was tight. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, the crowd is hating. He was in his bag. He wasn't feeling that. And my oh my, it was a good thing he wasn't, because his second round might be his best second round of his career. That nigga went off. He said, you know, all the things I went through in battle rap, people not taking it serious, but from the lupus to the seizures, everything I dealt with in my life was authentic. You know what I mean? Crowd went crazy. Then he went into like that Jackboy joint. Let's place a bet on him. I'm a bookie now. Drake sliding. Do the Tootsie now. J. Cole. Give him a crooked smile. Looky now. Pookie now. Choppers. Hit his tooth. Ah, sookie now. This like, that shit shut the building down. So Jackboy Main, in my opinion, won this battle 2-1, second and third round, with his first still being crazy. Homesy the God and Hanzu. Hanzu went first in the first round. Crazy round from Hanzu. He went ballistic. Crazy round from Hanzu. Homesy starts off in the first, you know what I mean, like basically breaking down why it's so hard to do an intro. Tells us why, you know what I mean, he usually don't do them, and then he just starts going crazy with a line about I mean, I thought I would get more money when I would be put in the light, but I got stuck with this watermark. So, you know what I mean? He went crazy from there, and I edged Homesy the first. Second round, Hanzu's second round was garbage. Like, this event was the second round event. Everybody, a lot of people in these battles had second rounds that was just unbeatable. That nigga Hanzu told that nigga, he said, he's basically breaking down like how Homesy like really lowered the stock of Ultimate Madness tournaments. Like basically they had to go do a whole nother tournament with a bunch of top tiers because when you won it wasn't impactful. So he was like, I'm just confused on what's the power of attorney, so help me God. Like, that shit was retarded. That line, that creativity on that line was insane. And then he had a whole bunch of those in the second where he just went ballistic in the whole second round, and it just got ugly. It got ugly in there for Homesy. And Homesy's second was good because he came fighting back with a rebuttal, with a joke. Then he was saying basically like something that's all the night. You got Beasley in the background while you cooking in the trailer. Walter White, crazy. Then he had another line about Pops. I'm like Craig in the kitchen with the cereal and it got water on it. Like, Homesy wasn't angle heavy this battle. Homesy was bar heavy. But I gave Hanzu the second, and the third round is debatable, but I edged it to Hanzu. So I had Hanzu 2-1. We got to watch it back and see, you know what I mean, what y'all think. Yeah, all these battles will be on the app. But, yeah, that's my Outside 2 recap. You know what I mean? The card was fire. Shout out to everybody on it. We had Shuni on here earlier. We out of here. We'll be back later, or we'll be back tomorrow.